Hey everybody, Tommyruin here and welcome back to another video. Now, I bet you're wondering why I gathered you here today. Well, I'm going to share with you a secret of undoubted awesomeness. Now I know running a garrison is no mean feat. I mean, it's not just pressing buttons or anything. But how about I told you that you could escape with a few easy steps? Everyone deserves a break once in a while, and the leader of such a productive garrison is no exception. So come with me as I teach you many different ways of getting around the world of Warcraft. Alright, so first up we've got the Pit Fighter's Punching Ring. This is a ring which teleports the caster to the Brawlgar arena on a 1 hour cooldown. It requires you to be level 2 with the Brawlers Guild, so that's completing the first 4 fights, and it costs between 1,600 gold and 2,000 gold depending on your reputation. So next up we've got the Boots of the Bay. These are boots won from the fishing competition in Stranglethorn Vale, either getting the first prize or the second prize. The fishing competition happens every Sunday at a certain time, I think it's 12 o'clock. And these boots basically take you to Booty Bay, take you to the pub on a day cooldown. I must point out that trying to win these boots is like trying to win Mr. Universe looking like this. You are up against other players in a competition, and therefore I recommend trying to have a high fishing level and lots of patience, because you will be doing this many weekends trying to get these boots. Up next we have the Baradin's Warden's Tabard, or the Hellscream's Reach Tabard, bought from your rep vendors on Tolbarad for 40 commendations at honoured rep level. This tabard has a 4 hour cooldown and teleports you to Tolbarad. It's not that useful as there is a teleport right inside Stormwind, and there are quite a few items to teleport you to Stormwind, but it's still a nice one to have if you're farming the rep. Next up we have the teleportation capes bought from the guild vendors in your capital cities. These capes are unlocked after doing a certain number of achievements within the guild. The green one costs 150 gold and has an 8 hour cooldown. The blue one, it costs 300 gold and has a 4 hour cooldown. And the epic one costs 500 gold and has a 2 hour cooldown. This next one's for the goblin engineers out there. If you talk to Zap Farflinger in Everlook in Winterspring, he'll teach you the plans for the Dimensional Ripper Everlook. This item is very useful and has a 4 hour cooldown which will take you to Winterspring. This item is very useful if you're farming the Winter Saber Trainer's rep. To make this item you'll need 10 Mithril bars, a True Silver Transformer, 4 Hearts of Fire, 2 Star Rubies and the big one, and an engineering skill of 260. Worry not, Gnomish engineers, because if you talk to Geordie Lapforge in Gadgetzan, he'll teach you the Ultra Safe Transporter Gadgetzan. I decided not to go for this one and decided to choose the Goblin Engineering because Everlook is much further away from any other teleport, and to get to Tanaris you can use the Dalaran teleport to the Caverns of Time. The reagents required to make the Ultra Safe Transporter are 12 Mithril bars, 2 True Silver Transformers, 4 Core of Earths, 2 Globe of Water, 4 Aquamarines, and an inlaid Mithril cylinder. In Outland there are 2 teleports just for engineers. For Goblin Engineers, if you talk to Kablam Farflinger in Area 52 in Netherstorm, he'll teach you the Dimensional Ripper Area 52. This plan requires an adamantite frame, 2 primal fires, 2 bigger ones, 4 handful of fell iron bolts and a corium power core. This teleport is very useful as it puts you close to Tempest Keep, which is good when farming Ashes of Alar. You are also close to all of the Burning Crusade reputations, and it also houses the place where you can buy the Burning Crusade PvP gear. Gnomish engineers can talk to Smiles O'Byron, just north of Toshley's Station in Blades Edge Mountains, to learn the Ultra Safe Transporter Toshley's Station. You'll need an adamantite frame, 2 primal airs, 2 fell steel stabilizers, 4 handful of fell iron bolts and a corium power core. The next item is very useful if you're farming Black Temple for the Warglaives of Azeroth or going off to do your Netherwing dailies, as it transports you right in front of the Black Temple. The Blessed Medallion of Caribor is acquired after doing a long quest chain in Shadowmoon Valley, which ends with you killing Illidan. I won't go into much more details and I'll put a link below for more information. There are 2 great ways of getting to Dalaran using items. First off we have the Kirintor rings, which are bought from the jeweller's shop in Dalaran. They can cost between 8,500 gold and 6,800 gold depending on your reputation level, and they can teleport you to Dalaran every 30 minutes. The second item which can take you to Dalaran is Jaina's Locket. This item teleports your group to Dalaran and is acquired after completing the Shadowmoon questline, of which a link to a guide will be placed in the description. This item can also be bought and traded off the auction house as it's bind on use. Another useful item for porting around all over the place is the Argent Crusader's Tabard, bought from Dame Evniki Capsulas in the Argent Crusader's tent at the Argent tournament in Icecrown. This tabard brings you right into the heart of the daily hub and is really useful if you're farming for those mounts, which I think it takes like 115 days, so good luck to you. The next item is an engineer only item, but my god it's good. The Wormhole Generator Northrend summons a portal for a minute, which can take you up to 5 different locations, one in Borean Tundra, one in Howling Fjord, one in Sholazar Basin, one in Icecrown, and one in the Storm Peaks. There is also a secret 6th option which only comes up very rarely, which takes you down to the Dalaran sewers. To make this item, you need 8 titanium bars, 2 eternal shadow, 2 eternal water, 2 eternal fire, and yep, you guessed it, 2 eternal air. Unlike the previous transporters, this can be learnt by any type of engineer with a skill level of 435. The next item in our quest for omnipresence is found on the Timeless Isle and is sold by the Xiaohao rep vendor. You can buy the Time Lost artifact when you are honoured with Xiaohao and 7,500 timeless coins. This one's definitely worth it if you need another portal to Pandaria, and can definitely help if you're on the Xiaohao rep grind to get the Heavenly Golden Cloud Serpent. The next item for getting to Pandaria is another engineer only item. The Wormhole Generator Pandaria can take you to a number of locations and it's all randomised. To make this item you need 12 trillium bars and 2 Spirits of Harmony. You also need an engineering level of 570. I must reiterate that this item does not allow you to choose a location. However, it does only have a 15-minute cooldown as compared to the usual 4-hour cooldown of the other teleporters. If you don't get to where you want to go to first time round, how about waiting 15 minutes, checking out one of my other videos and then coming back to the game. In Warlords of Draenor, if you decide you want to leave your Garrison prison, I recommend getting the Mage Tower building. At level 3, you can build 3 Ogre Waygates to any zone in Draenor. Ogre Waygates cost 25 Ogre Waystones, which are dropped by all the Ogre mobs in Draenor. My personal recommendation is to set your 3 Waygates to Gorgrond by Blackrock Foundry, Nagrand near Highmoor, and Tanaan Jungle near Hellfire Citadel to get you close to the raids of Draenor. Another item to help you get around Draenor is the Relic of Karabor, similar to the Blessed Medallion of Karabor I mentioned before. This item requires Revered with the Council of EXARCH'S and costs 2,500 gold, sold from Vindicator Neurum in Stormshield. Horde characters can purchase the Bladespire Relic, which transports you to the Bladespire Citadel in Frostfire Ridge. This can be bought from Beskar Red Tusk in Warspear. One of the harder teleportation mechanisms to unlock is the Draenor Challenge portals, which are still available at the time of recording. These let you transport to the dungeon entrances of all the Draenor dungeons released with Warlords of Draenor, and is a great way of getting around. However, there is an 8-hour cooldown. These portals are unlocked when you complete the dungeons on challenge mode difficulty. If you are looking to test yourself before Legion comes out, I highly recommend trying them out, as these portals will undoubtedly come in handy in the future. Engineers get a similar device to that they got in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, in that it gives you a choice of where you want to go. When you click on the portal, you'll get a list of locations appear, none of which are named properly, but it's pretty damn obvious which one's which. This item costs 50 Gearspring parts to make and requires an engineering skill of 500. It also has a 4-hour cooldown. I recommend taking Goblin Gliders with you when you use this item, as it normally teleports you high up in the air and could lead to you falling to your death. Now, if the idea of straying too far from your garrison makes you nauseous, I have 2 items that can bring you back there pronto. The Garrison Hearthstone is given to all players who create a garrison and can be used every 15 minutes to transport themselves back to their town hall. The Admiral's Compass is acquired after doing 50 naval missions and takes you directly to your shipyard on a 4-hour cooldown, perfect when you have important garrison business to attend to. If this video whet your thirst for adventure, let me know in the comments and like and subscribe. Thanks very much for watching and see you next time.